What's up, folks? Oh my goodness, yeah? Looking like fucking SBF over here with this crazy hair, man. You know what I mean? Whatever. Let's get to the business, all right? Let's get to the business, okay? So, all right, let's check this mic right here. Mic's looking a little bit low. Let me turn it up a little bit. I think that should make it better. All right. And let's get to the business at hand. So, here you could see we got Kaitlin Sopoci-Belknap, right? Not sure if I'm saying that correctly, but you could see that she was actually quite a central figure in the MPP for quite some time, a long time. She was actually there from the convention days, and she survived many purges. Okay, I think she turned her head the other way while a lot of this stuff was going on. She knew about what was going on, so I'm not really the biggest fan of her, right? She knows that I was, she was there for probably those meetings when they took votes and stuff that decided to, excommunicate me for pushing for Assange. She may be willing to say this now. She also is trying to preserve her relationships. Let's take a look right here. So one thing is that you could see that she hasn't posted lately, but the thing is that she has, say, in the last 7 months, remember, she's been working with MPP for over 2 years, and she was actually on the board, and she had significant, you know, significant pull at the organization. I don't think that she's actually with she does MPP even show like who's associated with their program still. Okay. Let's take a look right now. For a long time she was actually on the I think they've probably taken down their staff page. They definitely have taken down their there was something called a after a lot of pressure from myself, right? There was something called a there's some kind of like what do they call it again? I don't even remember what the fuck they called it. It was some kind of like celebrities that support MPP, right? They called it National Organizing Committee. Okay, let's see who's on the National Organizing Committee. Do we have anybody who's officially on this? They had to dump half their board, so I don't know if she's still part of it, but she was there for a long time. Speakers, okay. They're still keeping their okay, okay. Ugh. They found a way to keep all these people here. Yeah, this fucking scumbag. There was something called the Advisory Council. Yeah, and these were all part of the Advisory Council, but now they've come off the Advisory Council. You notice that she's still here. Okay. So recently I've reached out to, move to amend. That's why this lady's name came up again by this Eleanor Goldfield shit is disgusting. Oh my God, it's fucking... I actually... Yeah, massive brands. It's fucking so stupid. Yeah. Okay, whatever. Who was the guy who set this up? That was me. You know what I mean? Who set up the Yang Gang tie with the MPP? That was me. But they were nervous because I was doing stuff. Anyways, yeah. So you can see that she's actually this is quite a high profile thing. You see all these celebrities here that are associated with this event, right? They used to have an advisory council. That advisory council is gone now. But if you look at her actual, she has the Move to Amend campaign, which she's been for 12 years. And she's actually recently stepped down. Interesting. Okay. She stepped down in May of 22. She stepped down the executive director of, and this actually was not right. She was actually concurrently doing this and doing her MPP stuff at the same time because MPP goes back to 2020, 2021. She was there sitting with, at a lot of high profile, you know, she was treated as one of the leaders in MPP, as one of the very top people. She was there on the Slack. She tried to get me involved. Actually, she shouted me out one time that I tried to help with some project for MPP. So she was trying to keep it together, and she may have just seen it as survival of the fittest, whatever, and she just saw that there was some opportunity for herself. And she decided that some people were more disposable than others. So, a lot of people see Asian American in the game. A lot of Asian Americans will give up, right? Okay, they're not used to the level of fight that I have. So, it seemed like I was outclassed by the celebrities. They're still not, they're still trying to bury all my work. I don't give a fuck. I mean, you can't take away from quality of my work and my market. But anyways, over here you could see that she's actually right, self-employed from present from June 20, right, May, June, right? Yeah, there is no mark of any of her work with right, MPP. It's like all those years that she spent with that organization have been erased. We hear about a lot of other things about, how Nick was running meetings. He would like run the meetings until like 3 o'clock in the morning, trying to wait for things to go so he could just pass things. And she was sitting through all of that, so she knows about their stupid little power games over there. And she, I guess, left, and that happened. When is this again? The last 7 months, so June of 2022. That's quite some time ago. The stuff with the when did the board stuff happen? That was over the summer. I think that's probably when that happened. Let's go take a look at that right quick. Let's look at the timeline. Okay. Okay, this happens in July. Yeah, July of 22. So this stuff kind of goes down, right, in July of 22. So in June, right, just before then, she's trying to, you know, jump ship. She definitely knew about what was happening, and she just quietly removed it from her LinkedIn, right? You could see 7 months ago she updated this. Okay. So yeah, she was highly featured.
Okay, but
And it's quite interesting to just follow these people and see what they're doing now. So will she try to go back? Actually, I'm starting to look into this move to amend because of some of my work with Wolfpack, which is uncovering some other strange things that are not really ideal. So maybe she would try to come back and, fill into these, right? She's full time, she has a paid job. Maybe she tries to slide back into these things. Democracy unlimited. Okay. Let me also. She definitely wasn't democratic over at MPP. Definitely was not at all. Okay. So it seems like Caitlin's pretty cool, but when I went through my whole thing, she never helped me out for anything. She just kind of looked the other way. There's a saying that, some women want to wait for the winners and just work with the winners, and Kaitlin may be like that somewhat. This is Feb 27th, so this is a while ago. This seems to be her baby, kind of. So move to amend, she's also crossing paths between these two organizations. And it's pretty unfortunate that, even though it seems like she left, she's not reaching back out to people that were, you know, calling out Nick Brana's bullshit early on, yeah? She should know who the real deal is out here. Just quietly ducking away. Okay. So this is interesting. She's from California. And I understand the pressure, right, being from California, being near to Jimmy Dore. Where is this actually? Right? Okay, is that southwest? Is this okay? So actually Los Angeles all the way down here. So she's significantly far away from the Jimmy Dore influence down here in LA. So that's actually a good thing. But once again, it is California. It is West Coast. There is significant people that have broken free from the MPP leadership in Washington. So that was pretty close right there. It's not so close, right? This is actually like several hours drive at least. All right, but she's closer to them than technically she is to Los Angeles, right? As maybe about the same, a little bit closer to Seattle than she is to Los Angeles. All right, so Kaitlin, quite interesting, right? I wonder what's the tie of other people to the MPP and how that's working out right now. Okay, let's see if MPP's current board. Actually, let's go and see their website right now. So let's see who's here. Okay, his latest videos. He's using some, you know, some celebrity contacts here. Defending himself from the findings. Only 500 views since that time. Yeah. This David Mizell is super problematic. You could see that he's actually bending the knee completely to Brana, playing all kinds of bad games. Who is this guy over here? This older white crowd is really the one
Hello.
they try to see fresh and hip.
I'm going to be reading from a little fable I wrote. And
oh shit, that's Rod. That's Rod Brana. That's Nick Brana's fucking dad. Holy shit. Oh my god. His parents are in the picture now. Okay, whatever. This is kind of fucking sad. Eleanor Goldfield, I think, is
Thank you so much, Nick, and thank you. Wow, it's been incredibly inspiring.
the girlfriend of Lee Camp or something, so that's why she's getting continuing push right here. Yeah. She was former Green Party.
In such distinguished company, which includes, of course, the thousands and thousands of you who are tuning in because you've had it with the corporate party duopoly. I also want to give a shout out to my fellow Greens who are here. I've been a Green since I turned 18, so I want to acknowledge my sisters and brothers who have known for a long time that this shit is...
I was a Green too. I sure was. So the fact of the matter is that me and Kaitlin kind of like, you know, should have had some things in common near the beginning, right? Yes, she has significant time in the game, like you know, she seems like she has some authenticity as an organizer, you know, and as an organizer, as you saw myself and as you saw Jerry Perez and as you saw the petitioners getting pinged out, right? You could have really, but you were part of the accepted crowd, right? You became part of Nick Siem's kind of like almost harem type thing where he just filled his position with a bunch of women underneath him that were willing to go along with his stupid plot. There was a space for you on the ship, but there was no space for someone like me. And, you know, unfortunately, you know, you were willing to benefit yourself while other people were going down. And there's just nothing that can change that, right? So you were there for a long time and at a high level spot. So let's be real, right? When Larry was kicked out, when Otis was kicked out, you know what I mean? They were high ranking. When Jerry Perez addressed a lot of the problematic issues, you never had anything to say about none of that. But we can see that, you know, you are trying to jump ship with your LinkedIn and trying to move on quietly. Okay, I get it, right? That means that Jimmy Dore won't cancel you like he canceled me, right? Or he won't send people out to try to replace you. Yeah. Let's go. Fuck it. You know what I mean? Are you a fighter or what? Anyways, let's go and take a look at some other people. Who else is involved with MPP that was before? Okay. Code Pink still seems to be doing stuff, and he's actually mentioned her in his program. He actually mentions Medea Benjamin in his program. Nick Brana over here. So I know they're still talking. This fucking guy. He really didn't have anything with the Yang Gang. He was a safe one for Yang Gang. I let it happen too. I really didn't give a shit. They had 21K subscribers. Yo, I know they definitely had a lot more before. Wow, they've dropped off big time. That's sad. That is disgusting. Anyways, so is there anything else? There really isn't that much. Oh, Erebos. I know Erebos.
Let's go to my good friend Erebos in New York on a similar kind of subject. Go ahead, Erebos.
Great.
Yo, Erebos knows about my my qualifications as in terms of the People's Party, and he actually went to meetings. So they're selecting and picking and choosing, right? Yeah, who gets to be a part of it? It's fucking ridiculous. Yeah. Yo, E man, you know I'm gonna see you at some point, man. You know what I mean? You know you're doing us dirty out here, man. You know I know what I'm doing, and you know I'm very qualified. Why am I kept out of the whole fucking picture, man? You know what I mean? Anyways, yeah, so Kaitlin Belknap, right? Another person, right? Just evidence of, you know, how does she feel about having to get rid of the MPP from, you know, from her resume, I guess you could say, right? That's not good. Let's look up David Mizell. Interesting. He's a total Nick Brana lackey. Virginia. He's from Virginia. Okay, I know that. Nick Brana is from Virginia. Cove Consultants. Is this guy? I think that a doctor would be more proud than that. Let's see. It could be Israel. Who knows? I don't see this guy anywhere. Okay, David Mize. Okay. Oh, it's Mizell. Okay. With the S. Okay. He's actually been shown to have contradictory evidence where he was going to be, you know, he was going to be holding Nick Brana responsible for sexual harassment stuff, and then he changed it to, you know, we did not find any evidence of his guilt, and there's actually proof of that. So well, it doesn't look like the same Mizell. It might be. Who knows, right? Who is this guy? Do you have your picture up? Does it look like the same guy? No, he's from Brazil. Okay. This guy, I don't think this is the same guy. JB Font, yeah. The Red Berets for All and the Revolutionary Blackout are their friends, and they are willing to. He's a Nick Brana loyalist, and you know, they're staying with the same Scott Denoyers and Ryan Knight. It's all their little corrupt ass bullshit. Those are the people that are in bed with Brana and willing to overlook the shit that happened to other people just for their own selfish, you know, comeuppance. Red Berets for All, right? Yeah. How much have I done as in terms of Medicare for All work? A lot. But they decide to try to get rid of me because they, you know, the powerful Demi Dore doesn't want me. So, you know, they said, fuck it. You know, he's got the access to the crowd. So, you know, let's get rid of the poor people. You know, they've inconvenienced the rich people and the people that matter. Why do you think I'm in this fight in the first place? Why do you think I'm even active in the first place? Do you even understand why, you know, why I'm here? I'm here to expressly fight exactly that situation, right? Yeah? You're rich ass fucks, you know what I mean? People who think you know better, you know what I mean? Haven't really done as much work as me. Want to tell me how to live my life and all this other shit, you know what I mean? Like, you have a right to say what you want, but you don't get to cut me out and shut me out. I would share the mic with you in all cases, even no matter how, you know, even if you're a criminal, right? Because I think everybody deserves to have a voice in this, no matter what, right? Yeah, but the fact of the matter is that you are expressly working together to take me out, to silence me, to suppress me, and to replace me in all my fields of activism. So, Kaitlin was also party to this. Kaitlin Knapp. And it's interesting to see how she just quietly decided to just walk away from the whole MPP thing. Yeah? All right, Kaitlin, so look, it is what it is, right? But this just provides more evidence to people that, you know, clearly she was affiliated with the People's Party for a long time. It's not hard to find evidence of this on, right? You can see her shouted out at that. Let's look right here, actually. Let's look, even as recently as 1 year ago, right? Yeah? What are we? We're in December of 22. That would be in December of 21, right? Yeah? She's appearing with Steph Zambrano, definitely problematic, Nick Brana, and Lee Camp, all the worst ones that identify over and over again, right? She's accepted into their corrupt circle, right? And she knows about other people getting shut out, but she gets to be a part of it. Kit Cabello, always the same. Hard Lens Media, these same people. What does she get to say here? What is her, right? She gets to have her time on the stage.
Here's somebody who's being challenged right now, who's being smeared, and send her your.
That's me. You're completely canceling me, Steph. You're not cool at all.
Somebody who's been, I think, walking the walk, and the few occasions I've been able to be around her, I'm always inspired, and I feel.
Who's walking the walk like me? Steph? Oh, let's see what the Kaitlin got to say. Go ahead.
Like, you know, only a few or even one independent, really.
Kaitlin does have a pretty good.
Wanting to put independent
men and women that were on the force of
out of all of these, she's the
Stop
realest.
giving them your fucking money. They're stealing from you. They're stealing from you and then giving.
She was clearly breaking the rules, right? She was allowed to break the rules about self-promotion, right? Yeah, because the rules are for some people, but not for others. She's on the insider track. She's dead now. There's been deaths on both sides. Larry Alger's dead. She's dead.
Giving that money to people who are fighting against us. So I completely agree. Like,
there's a long history of that. I mean, isn't that what Move On did? Isn't that what Move On does? They take your money, they take the progressive Democrats' money, and then they give it to pro-war candidates, for example.
Yes.
I mean, this is that's what I'm saying of like, this is the same old shit. When we act like, oh, you know, well,
Wait, did she just accuse Move On to amend? Right? Move to amend. That's what move to amend means, right? Yeah, let's take a look. She was director there. Okay. Let's see, move to amend. Is she actually implicating move to amend of being a wing of the corporate demo? I mean, she was a leader there until the very end, right? Let's take a look at that again. That's quite interesting. Really, is that what you said?
well, third time's a charm because Bernie lost in 2016. You guys, it's like 2,500 years of like the charm, you know, like no more tries. And also, let's please stop calling it third parties because they're just the same, two different sides of the coin of the same fucking party. They need each other so bad, which is why they'll even come out and say it. We need a strong Republican Party. Yeah. Hey, Nancy Pelosi, I know you do. I know you do. So it's the same thing. We are.
Yo, you were deep in, girl. You were deep in, right? Yeah, deep in the sauce here with all these corrupt.
Be around her. I'm always inspired, and I feel hopeful.
And
Yeah,
that's the power.
Yeah, you're their pets, and they got rid of everybody else. And whether it was right or wrong, you didn't care because you get your little piece amongst these fucking celebs. Get the fuck out of here. I don't need that shit. You know what I mean? You must be fucking dreaming. So, anyways, you know, look, she had to. Obviously, she touched this 7 months ago. So I'm going to check the chat right here, see if there's anybody else who wants to comment on this particular issue. This is something real. So all the people that are out there defending MPP, okay, just because people don't have fucking the nuts to come out and say this shit like I do, you know, because they want to protect their little relationships and their access and stuff. You can see for yourself right here. Here's the evidence. Here's the evidence, right? Yeah. Do y'all even care about the evidence? Or do y'all just want your team to win, regardless of who gets hurt or stepped on? Okay, I'm here to protect people from people just like you. So I hope you guys enjoyed Kaitlin Sopoci-Belknap. This is actually also a reason for investigation into move to amend. You could see it right there, right? She did actually just implicate move to amend and say that they're basically just a tool of the Democratic Party.
That they're just, you know, sheep-herding them into this Democratic Party.
They should trust. And then you have.
I want to see her say it one more time. It's just too wild for her to actually implicate the organization where she was the director for a long ass time. How long was she director again? She was director for 12 years? And you're throwing them under the bus like that? What kind of things do you allow to go on, right? Yeah, let's hear what she says again, right? Yeah? Did she just implicate move to amend?
He'll act like he has defunded all of the police and he's forced companies to give people health care, and like, it's amazing that it doesn't.
Lee Camp, you're such a piece of shit, yo. You know what I mean? Yo, Lee Camp was there at the Medicare for All March where he actually muscled out actual poor people to hog the mic for himself. You fucking piece of shit, bro. You don't give a fuck about poor people, man. Look at who you hang out with. You hang out with poor people. You got your Eleanor Goldfield girlfriend. Get the fuck out of here, man. Yo, this guy's fucking an elite ass motherfucker. You know what I mean? He ain't used to fucking rolling or having to deal with or having to acknowledge people like me. He thinks he's on another level. Fuck you, man. You ain't nothing. Right? On this, in the studio, you get to be somebody. Right? You a big cheese in that realm. That don't mean on the streets you somebody. Get the fuck out of here.
Doesn't even get coverage on the channel that supposedly despises him.
And the reality of all of that is that people are incredibly confused and misinformed. And so, you know, I know a lot of people on, for example, people that I know that I connect with on Facebook who, but I know in real life, who think that Biden's doing a pretty good job. I mean, on one hand, there's no critique of him from any sort of media that they think that they should trust. And then you have progressives who they
She's
know.
saying some real shit, but a lot of those people were at the convention now, weren't they? You know what I mean? Yeah, they were. Kaitlin, watch at the end of this video. I'm gonna send an email. I'm gonna find Kaitlin Belknap's email. Send her email on the camera so y'all could see this happen, right? Yeah. So you could see in real time, right? Yeah. Oh yeah, I never got the email. I didn't know. Yeah. Okay. Oh, you got it. You got Instagram. Okay, that's cool. Let's add and send her a message. Okay. Oh, you got your own. She got her own website. Wow. Maybe she has her email posted there. That would be really interesting. Hey, I'm a change agent. So cool. Contact. Oh wow. You nation builder. Wow. That's pretty chunky right there. What's the chance that she stole the data from Nick Brana before she left? Worth a lot. Okay. Okay. Co-author with the People Amendment. Okay. She super glued her hands from the congressional office building to the U.S. Capitol. Okay. So, alright. She fairly accomplished. After 20 plus years. Okay. Oh, let's see. This happened April, May, June. This is not long before, right? But this is before she leaves MPP technically, right? Yeah. All the board is flushed out in June, right? So, all right. May she leaves. She's taking a break. Maybe it's okay in January. Okay, due to my health, ovarian cancer. Okay, did not know that. Arthritis is returning. And as unshaken my heart, it's a hard time focusing on Congress critters, politics of DC, even on blah 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 blah. Climate collapse. Okay, collapse of civilization as species is existential stuff. Okay, I don't believe we can change the system before it collapses. Okay, what are we gonna do about it? I'd like to have you on the program. I'm gonna send you an email at the end of this, right? Yeah. Okay. She thanks people over here. Is she thanking Nick Brana anywhere here? Does she mention Nick Brana anywhere once, right? Movement for People's Party was putting her on a significant platform, right? Yeah? One reaction. Okay. Can I react to this? Okay. Daniel, George. Okay, that's cool. You see how she can name names? I can do that kind of thing too. So that's kind of cool, yeah? That's someone who's kind of more of a frontliner. So even though she will engage in oppressive behavior, she is actually a frontliner. So that's to be respected. So, okay. Okay. Let's shoot her a message. Hey, Kaitlin, what's up? Now, Nation Builder costs a significant amount of money. Just so you know. In fact, let's look it up, yeah? Just heard Diane Sayre complaining about that shit, you know what I mean? It's not that great, to tell you the truth. It's okay. Once again, we're coming with our own. Let's take a look at how much this is. Let's see if they have the pricing. Oh, yeah, okay. 34 month per, yeah, for unlimited users and scales with, okay. They probably are using the Pro kit, but she might be with the Starter kit. Okay, 500 contacts up to 5,000. Okay. Auto districting, that's something we do as well. You have to do the Rep My Block program. That's independent. Supercharger Nation, custom pricing, and maybe enterprise. Okay. Custom database capacity, unlimited email sends. Okay. They still need to protect their mail server, so they can't just like abuse the shit for real. Yeah, 160 a month is kind of high, but it is what it is. Yeah. Interesting. Okay, events and ticketing. Okay, so she may be on the low tier plan though. Who knows, right? Yeah, but it is not. There is no really free plan here. Okay. 34 is not that bad. It is a significant investment, but you know, someone like yourself might be invested. That must be Brad right there. Okay, that's cool. So let's shoot Kaitlin email right here and say, hey Kaitlin, it's DJL7. I'm interested in interviewing you. And I can see that you have removed MPP from your LinkedIn. I want to learn more. As you seem one of the most ground organizer, legitimate organizers in MPP, but also they were problematic things going on that I know I never got help with. I remember you gave me props. I'm so sick. They're gonna pretend like, oh, I don't remember. I'm so sick of this shit. You know, I mean, she did, you know, give me props for my research job that I was doing leading up to, you know, the action at the senators and the House and Congress people's homes. Yeah. Remember you had recognized my work. You stood off to the side as many purges went through. Almost to the very end. And now we do not see any. You know, sometimes what happens, right? You have to be careful about this too. And you have to be careful about this for me as well. I mean, I'm just going to put this out there. Like, you know, it's probably not good. But when someone sacrifices a lot for a cause, right? Yeah, and they see other people like taking money all the time and getting away with it. Like, there's eventually, right, a temptation to say, fuck it. You know what I mean? Like, ain't nothing going to happen. Might as well take this shit too because I've sacrificed so much and lost so much. I'm going to try to even it out a little bit. That may be what happened to, you know, or all the losses that she incurred, right? Yeah, she's decided that, you know, it's either going to be them or me. So in the end, you know, I've got to, you know, play this game, right? And Nick Brana is doing fucked up shit and I know it. But, you know, this is the best thing that, you know, I've been this director of this organization 10, 15 years. You saw the thing, right? Yeah. Haven't gotten anywhere. I'm unsatisfied. You see at the end, she actually says that she's stepping down, right? She just doesn't believe in the movement anymore being able to do shit, right? Even when she made her, you know, sacrificed her own principles, right? To try to make it work, it didn't work. You know what I mean? So it seems maybe, you know, soul breaking. You know, she left a lot of organizations around the same time. Work at one point, yourself to one side. And she was there watching as, you know, Nick Brana was playing sex games with Zainab Day. I'm sure that was very demotivating, right? You know, whoever is playing, you know, cozy games with Nick Brana over there is going to move up in the organization. And she may have felt used. She may have felt, you know, taken advantage of. There's a lot of reasons. This is all supposition, right? Maybe she just, but there's a lot of people that went out, that left that organization. Myself, Jerry Perez. Like I said, people she's closer to Washington. You look at people like Larry Alger got booted out, Otis Buckley, the petitioners, right, with hundreds of names, right? even the latest stuff with Zainab, and I'm not sure where she was in the committee to fine for Nick Brana or not. But the fact that she's so quiet, right? That she's a single lady, or no, she's an lady involved with Brad or whatever, right? Yeah, but the fact that she's a woman in the organization, right? You see like Michelle Rodriguez, this old lady jumping up. But if Kaitlin could say something on Nick's behalf, that would be very good, wouldn't it? But she left before then, so something weird's going on. What do you think? Right? And now we do not see any or hear anything regarding your thoughts on the matter, as accusations from Zainab Day lead to the termination of half of the Nick Brana's appointed board. I'm interested in learning more about your take on the situation, your activism itself, as I have interviewed over 80 activists, and your experiences working with organizations as Move to Amend and Democracy United. Please call me if you want, or email me. I'm really looking forward to hearing from you. Okay, and the fact of the matter is that she pays to have this on her site. You see, this is like arranged by Nation Builders. So the fact of the matter is that, right, maybe she's paying not to read these emails. Sure, okay. Yeah, okay. Anyways, we're just going to shoot this over right now. You're going to have evidence of this. There's other stuff that I could share from the Korean community, right? Like, mail sent, email sent, and all this other thing. And I'll be doing that soon, yeah. City Hall, one City Hall. Okay. One City Hall. New York, 1007. Okay, let's shoot this message over. Shoot me text messages too, fuck it, Kaitlin, why not? Kaboom! There you go. Tell all your friends they should join you. A link will be included. Okay, let's see what's up. Let's also join her Facebook. Ah. Well. Okay, so I did it through the system. Okay. Gonna check one last time for any Nick Brana CIA. Now the thing is that I could make that accusation. That accusation goes out very commonly. But look, it's just such an easy accusation to make. Like, it gets kind of tiring, right? But let's take a look at, right? The thing is that when someone's not allowed to fail, how much investment, right, is Nick Brana going to get into the game? Let's look at actually one thing that's interesting too is that if we go to Caleb Maupin, okay. Caleb Maupin has recently had this sex, if I type in sex problem, right, sex thing, this has very recently happened, right? You can see that he's generally panned for this, right? Sex scandal, situation keeps getting worse, right? Investigates Caleb Maupin abuse allegations. This is not good, right? Okay? This happened about 3 months ago. Okay? Let's go to Caleb Maupin's actual channel himself and see who's resurrecting his career. Okay? Look, he's also from Virginia, right? Yeah, that's super CIA territory right there. There's other ties that I could make too. I'm not ready to jump and say he's CIA. He seems too incompetent to be CIA, or he might be just someone with a hooked up job, right? Yeah, right? Some people are like, SBF, right? Yeah, they come from a rich family. Maybe he's connected in, where is he from, Argentina or something, right? Maybe he's connected to someone over there, so he needs to be given a dope job. He needs to be given an easy job, this kind of thing. and they want to let him be somebody. It's so the thing is that when we see that he comes back, and let's see, now recently this Assange thing, we can see that he's okay. So after this happened about 4 months ago, then he deleted his channel. Then he came back. So right, about 4 months ago, then you'll see all of a sudden 1 month, right? Let's talk about what happened, right? So there's a 3-month gap. Then he's there talking about other people. He doesn't have anybody on his program. The first person to come back to his then he says he influenced Tulsi Gabbard. I'm sure Tulsi Gabbard's fucking thrilled about that one. Then nothing, right? Nobody really here. He's talking about Rachel Maddow. Talked about Joe Sims, right? And whatever. Okay, like some kind of internal communist beef. His first guess is really, is it here? Where's the Nick Brana one? Did he delete that one? What? Nick Brana should be here. Okay, but then we see Garland Nixon, right? The first real guest. Are there any of the guests before this point? Or is Wayne... So Wayne Garland's kind of like easing in, right? Yeah, Caleb Maupin back into the scene, making him a credible source again. What? After after he knows about all the problems here, now we can see that once he gets okayed over here, now all of a sudden he starts to get other, who's this Jody Brar and this Hargoff. Also, another thing that I want you guys to notice is that there may be a tie with the Indian state over here that they don't really seem to want to talk about, but the CIA does definitely want to. So welcome everybody. Does want to keep China, on the edge right there. So they definitely do not want. Let's see if Caleb Maupin and Nick Brana left that thing up. They may have deleted. They like to delete a lot of information. 1 month ago. Okay, so it is 1 month ago. Okay. Right when it comes back, right? Let's go back to the channel. So welcome everybody. Posted on his thing. Videos, right? 1 month ago, I was looking specifically for that video with him and Nick Brana. 1 month ago, where is this? We see once again, he starts with Garland Nixon, Fred Halstead, right? He's reacting. Nobody's going on his show yet, right? He's not really been cleared yet. Where is Nick Brana? It doesn't come up. Came so close to nuclear. Well, last week, okay. Actually, this is like for the Larouchians, this is how Nick Brana and that's why he talks about like so much nuclear war now, and Caleb Maupin, and that's why they're leaning so heavily on the nuclear threats, because they're using that to justify, right? That's why everybody has to get in line and cannot question them about their sexual ridiculous bullshit, because it's such a, they're going to save the world from nuclear threat, and unless they're there, right? Yeah. Caleb's Eat Babies. Okay, where's the Nick Brana thing? It doesn't show up. Isn't that weird? Doesn't show up in this list here. But I can tell you just from as a matter of fact, right? Let me go to recently uploaded, not popular. Some things are showing up here, some things are not. Why doesn't the Nick Brana thing show up here? It's pretty recent. Caleb Maupin and Nick Brana are not being allowed to fail. And when you look at the way that they're close to all the celebrities and the millionaires, right? The people that's connected, the people that's allowed to be somebody. I could say CIA, you make your own, you come to your own conclusion with this shit. You know what I mean? It's so easy to say CIA, this CIA. I'm sure motherfuckers say I'm CIA, whatever. Go ahead. Yeah, look at me winning. I mean, obviously I'm fucking supported by the state, right? Some fucking how. Yeah. I just don't really feel like Nick Brana is that intelligent. I feel like he's being carried. And I don't think that an organization, right, I don't think he's that hard to replace. Maybe they don't have anybody else who's believable. They feel like he's got certain numbers or something. But for some reason, he's being treated as too big to fail. And that really only happens with organizational type shit. They've also funded themselves in 20, 30 grand a month. there's different levels too in the way that CIA can manipulate a situation, right? They don't have to necessarily meet up with Nick Brana and say, here's what we need you to do exactly, right? They just need to keep things destabilized. Look at Korea, look at Israel, right? Yeah? They just need to keep the region destabilized. So no one can really be allowed to really attain power. And what you need to do is you need to prop up the incompetent. The incompetent leaders, right? Yeah, you need some little ass stupid fucking, third world fucking dictator over there to keep the people distracted and to keep powering them up and to fund them with all kinds of money, just like the Ukraine. You know what I mean? Just keep pumping them the money and the support and the celebrities, right? Give them the Vogue cover magazine, give them fucking Eleanor Goldfield, give them, you know what I mean, the for a hire fucking celeb circuit. And you just look at their tactics and look at who they're able to pull into their little game. Okay? Whether they are directly funded by CIA or not, right? Ask them what purpose they're overall serving and how they're actually helping poor people or the people that they claim to serve. Or are they just taking the money and sitting on that shit? I think the CIA would hopefully be a little smarter than these motherfuckers. They don't really need to be because they have an army of dumbass supporters that just look at numbers. And those numbers can be manipulated. And people give way too much fucking... I pay attention to numbers too, but I also ask myself, right, if these numbers are being manipulated, right, does it serve the narrative or is it actually fighting against the narrative, right? If it's fighting against the narrative, it's much more interesting, right? Like the numbers that I just diced this morning regarding comparing DeSantis versus Trump and Tulsi's role versus, right, other Democrats and where that whole thing's going to go, right? Looking at Pete Buttigieg's numbers, which were just really low, right? Yeah, they're not going to, if they knew about that, they would pump that shit up. Yeah. There's not really people investigating this shit like me. And if I do investigate it, it won't be talked about. So there's other things I could say about that. But I hope I made my point pretty clear. Homeland Security, yeah, there's so much money being pumped into that direction, right? To really keep things under control, to keep things from actually attaining critical mass, right? I had actually, is my screen frozen? I had actually candidates from around the country working together in a coalition, right, to address the duopoly. But none of the nobody can talk about that particular project. Isn't that fucking weird, right? Everybody wants the right and the left to get along and to make forward progress. Well, I actually achieved that. There's other plans in the works to achieve that. It's not just me, right? You look at an American Union with Brian Winters. You look at other programs that exist, right? The only ones that they talk about are the fake ass pieces of shit like Andrew Yang, right? Yeah, and that's as far as they're willing to go. And if you saw me literally email Kaitlin Belknap. I'm gonna hit off. You know how many times I hit off Kim Iverson and Jimmy Dore show and all the other stuff, like asking for help on this project and how relevant it is. I meet they just got a new person for Convo Couch over here in New York City with Covert Action Magazine. Yeah, you think I didn't know about that Convo Couch? I know all the people out here. I'm on these streets, and when y'all fucking acquire a new member, I understand that you're gassing up with like, oh yeah, we're gonna get you all these viewers. Oh yeah, we're gonna make you somebody. Oh yeah, we're gonna fucking hook you up with all these people that's that's known in the game. Oh yeah. Yo, just keep watching, right? How they use the young looking, good looking females, about how they cycle them through. Look up Sky Daddy, how she was pushing cryptocurrencies and shit. There's an industry and a market behind this that's also taking the money too, and people are taking it for themselves. And are they kicking up towards problematic organizations or controllers in the field that are determining how things go and who gets to be someone? Hey, CIA, it could even just be some record industry type shit. Like, look, I'm coming from music industry background where there's a lot of fucking shiesty ass games being played, so I've seen a lot of this shit before. So it's not like they catch me like I'm a newborn baby out here. You know what I mean? So, and the Fed, what's up, man? That's pretty much all I got to say on that. Yeah, it's easy to say CIA, but he just Nick Brana doesn't seem just that smart enough to me. He really does it. Yeah? It's really Jimmy Dore trying to protect his brand. And a lot of these other fucking whack ass, YouTubers that are trying to protect their brand and that have no fucking courage. And a lot of the organized, the ones in the Assange people down here in New York City, some of them mean well for real, but they got looped into some bullshit. That's real. Yeah, so even the ones that mean well that I know personally, yeah, they've been wrapped into, oh, if you're hurting this event, you're hurting Assange. Not really. Actually, the one really doing the work, aka me, is the one being literally moved off so that they can move the fakes in by using those celebrities that you think is that crowd that showed up, right? Yeah, they have millions of dollars. They can just pay some people to show up. You think it's so hot, right? What are those people actually getting done for the movement? But you don't care. You just see the numbers and you have the little dreams in your head versus looking at the actual facts of what they're accomplishing for the movement. And instead of, right, I'm not asking for you guys to kick off the celebrities. I'm just asking to say, if they're there, I should get to be there as well. They cannot allow that, and you see that in the video too. They cannot allow me to speak on this, to speak at the event. They have to actually X me out. And they put on Nick Brana when I have videos that show 200 evidence of hundreds of days of me asking for a vote to put Assange on the platform. And when I'm there, you see in the live video feed, I'm there, the organizers deny any knowledge of, oh, I didn't even want him here. Then why the fuck is he there? Because your event is being turned into being, manufacturing fucking support and consent for Nick Brana. That's really what's fucking going on. They've actually, subjugated the Assange movement and turned into a easy job for Nick Brana and for Katie Halper, who literally stood in the way of Assange activism. Anyways, I think if these guys were CIA, I think they would be better at their fucking job. That's what I have to say about that. So, Kaitlin Belknap, we're going to see what's up. I know she, once again, right, yeah, a parade of weird shit happened, and she had never had anything to say. You saw me send the email? Proof is there. Watch, see if she ever gets back to me. Prove it. Prove it, Kaitlin. Say anything to me. Go ahead, do it.